Hey, what's up guys? It is Chiasson here with another video. I realized the video that I made yesterday, I'm not going to talk about what happened in yesterday's game between the Chargers and the Chiefs. This is a different video. But I realized that the video I mentioned that the last video that I had made was for week 14 of the 2021-2022 NFL season, but it was actually the UFC predictions for UFC 269, which I will get into this video. So, I'm hoping my notes work today, because if they do not, I'm going to be really sad. But we'll see what happens here. So today's videos will be my predictions for UFC Fight Night, Derek Lewis versus Chris Daukaus. So I went, let me see if I can pull up the note for, I have it here. So I went 9 wins and 5 losses at UFC 269. That's pretty decent, you know? That 10th win, pretty elusive. I was wrong on the co-main event and the main event. I was very sure Amanda Nunes was gonna win, but that definitely was not the case. And she got upset by Juliana Pena. And then Dustin Poirier, he lost to Charles Oliveira. And those were the 2 main fights. All the fights were good though. There was like, I think, finish after finish. There was of the, how many fights were this? 5, 4, 9, okay, 14 fights. If I'm 9 and 5, 14 fights. Of the 14 fights, there were only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decisions. Yeah, about 5, right? 5 decisions, which is pretty good. 9 finishes, 5 decisions. That's pretty good. So, action-packed. I think even the fights that went to decision, they were really good. I didn't really pay attention to the fights until maybe, no, not even that fight. The headliner for the early prelims, which was between Andre Muniz and Eric Anders. That's when I began watching. So, yeah. Let's get on with the predictions, though. UFC 269, we got, oh, wow. Okay, we have, I don't know how many fights we have here, but we have, yeah, I don't really have the counts. But let me actually go to UFC.com here. So I kind of have already my pick for the main event, but for the rest, I really don't. Again, these predictions are just for fun. I'm not really going to go into the details of how I think they're going to win or what's going to happen. So I'm going to give you the overview, then I'm going to give my predictions. On the prelims, we have Jourdain Leavitt versus Matt Sales, Don'Tale Mayes versus Josh Parisian, Raquel Pennington versus Macy Chiasson, Charles Jourdain versus Andre Ewell, Sijara Eubanks versus Melissa Gatto, Justin Tafa versus Harry Hunsucker, Raoni Barcelos versus Victor Henry, and the headliner for the prelims will be Dustin Stoltzfus versus Gerald Meershaert. And then on the main card, we have Cub Swanson versus Darren Elkins, Diego Ferreira versus Matheus Gamrot, Raphael Assuncao versus Ricky Simone, Amanda Lemos versus Angela Hill, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Bilal Muhammad, and Derek Lewis versus Chris Daukaus. So I'm just going to speedrun this. Honestly, I don't care how I do tomorrow. Again, these predictions are just for fun, like with the NFL. So Jourdain Leavitt versus Matt Sales. I'm going to pick Jourdain Leavitt. Don'Tale Mayes versus Josh Parisian. I'm going to pick Don'Tale Mayes. Raquel Pennington versus Macy Chiasson. Charles Jourdain versus Andre Ewell. I'm going to pick Charles Jourdain. Sijara Eubanks versus Melissa Gatto. I'm going to pick Sijara Eubanks. Justin Tafa versus Harry Hunsucker. I'm going to pick Justin Tafa. Raoni Barcelos versus Victor Henry. I'm going to pick Raoni Barcelos. Dustin Stoltzfus versus Gerald Meershaert. I'm going to pick Gerald Meershaert. For the main card, I'm going to pick, for Cub Swanson versus Darren Elkins, I'm going to pick Darren Elkins. Diego Ferreira versus Mateus Gamrot. I'm going to pick Diego Ferreira. Raphael Assuncao versus Ricky Simon. I'm going to pick Raphael Assuncao. Amanda Lemos versus Angela Hill. I'm going to pick Angela Hill. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Bilal Muhammad. I'm going to pick Stephen Thompson. And then Derek Lewis versus Chris Daukaus. As much as I like Derek Lewis and he's such a funny guy and he's awesome, I'm going to pick Chris Daukaus. So I've made all my picks. The prelims begin at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The main card begins at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So these fights are early. These fights are in the UFC Apex in Enterprise, Nevada, United States on December 18th, 2021. It is December 17th. Currently, it is 10:56 p.m. I gotta get going to bed. I'll leave the details for these fights. There are a few fighters did miss weight. I don't know who in specific missed weight. Justin Tafa missed weight. Macy Chiasson missed weight. And Sijara Eubanks missed weight. So 3 of the fighters that I picked missed weight. So we'll see what happens. Wow, that is a big miss. If that was for featherweight or for bantamweight, that is a big miss. I didn't really say the weight. I'm just saying I just picked the fighters. So you can go more into the details. So yeah, those are my picks for tomorrow's fights. We will see what happens. I may have a friend over to watch these fights. I have no idea. I may watch them alone with my family, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how I do. If I'm wrong or right, again, all of this is just for fun. So that's it. Peace out, guys.